Good afternoon. This is Ann Anderson with Be Well, and today we're interviewing and visiting with Dana. And she is going to tell us a little about what makes her happy. Dana?
Hi, Ann, and all. First of all, my name is Dana, and 6 or 7 years ago, I started my own business. I decided that self-employment was the way to go, and I started with a therapeutic yoga degree. I only do one-on-one yoga with people, and that's where I'm going to start, actually, is the journey to starting my own business. I was teaching yoga, I had smaller children, it was working for me, and I had probably 4 different people from 4 different classes come up and say that they were struggling with some pretty significant health issues, and could I help them? I've read this article and yoga is supposed to be able to help me, and can you help me? And I felt very little, very small, because I knew I couldn't at the time, but I desperately wanted to. And so I found a teacher, and I found what worked for me, and I thought, if I am passionate about this, I'll never work a day in my life. So I'm going for it. So for 2 years, I went out to California every once in a while and studied. And then a few years after that, after I opened my business, I added Reiki. And so now my repertoire is one-on-one yoga. And I also am a master level Reiki practitioner, because we are all energy, and yoga has that same philosophy that we are energy. And so that definitely feeds into what makes me happy. I have always had an innate tuning in to people, and for many years I didn't understand why I would suddenly feel a certain way. And then once I understood Reiki, I was like, oh, I wasn't feeling me, I was feeling them. And once you figure that out, then you realize, holy whoa, the whole world is like either angry or sad. So I want to help, and so one person at a time is my motto. My business is Well-Being Yoga, which is so funny because yours is Be Well. And one person at a time, 1 hour and 15 minutes at a time, I try to add joy, a positive energy experience, and happiness and love to the world, to the universe. My friend calls herself a Budeo-Christian, and so, which I love. She wants, the Buddhists believe we are all one. We are all one cord. You just see it, and all of humanity is one cord, and all of existence, all nature is included in that as well. And if you take that philosophy and then you add the love, the agape type of love that Jesus represents, that's a pretty good package. And so that's kind of my philosophy I've adopted from her. And again, just trying, where can we raise the vibration? So many times, I'm not going to turn anyone away, but this last year has been so heavy. And people will come into my room and I can feel it, before they even sit down. You can just feel the downtrodden on them because a family member believes in something they don't believe in, or a family member is preaching about something. I've sat with people and mourned families breaking up. No more holiday meals because one side is on one political camp and the other one's on the other political camp. And my suggestion to all is, can we as a society, as a human race, get to a place where we just accept? Can we just accept? It can come with boundaries. I can accept that somebody I was incredibly close to for a very long time came out on social media last summer extremely strongly for things that I can't have in my life. They are beliefs that tear people apart, that tear us down. I don't get to judge her. I can feel sad and I can grieve that our relationship is no more because I have to set a boundary around that. But can I accept that she gets to live her life the way she chooses to live her life? Because that keeps me healthy and it keeps her as healthy as she's going to be. Because when we feel so strongly, right, and we judge in our head and we make up this big story, that picture that, if you will, as a ball of energy. And if you judge somebody so severely for so long, you basically send that to them. And you lower your own vibration, you lower their vibration, and where's the room for love in that? Where's the room for happiness in that? It just becomes differing degrees of misery, self-imposed. So I work a lot on coming from a place of acceptance. And I've always, even back in my yoga days when I taught at the YMCAs, I would encourage them. I'd say, I'm never going to teach you a posture that I haven't at least tried. I may not have mastered it, but I've at least tried it. And I feel very, very strongly that way, that we can't walk in somebody else's shoes, but we can certainly cheerlead them, you know. Brene Brown, if you're familiar, talks about, it's the best definition of sympathy and empathy that I've found. Sympathy is looking down in that hole and just, come on, you can do it, and trying to cheerlead that person up, you know, trying to, come on, I'll help you the way that I can help you, which is a beautiful, loving thing. Empathy is climbing down in the hole with them and just sitting sometimes and sharing in their sad, you know? And that's been super, super crucial this past year. And always. But I mean, I have to be grateful for all the things that everybody has been hating, like the pandemic and all of the political rivalry and everything, because they're such great teachers. They're such great teachers, right? Like, check yourself. Where are you when you watch the nightly news? Or let's take a step back further and say, why am I watching the nightly news? Is it feeding me?
Good question.
And what's it feeding? Same with social media, you know, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and Twitter. If you follow because you resonate with high vibrational things and you're on there because you enjoy seeing your families grow or your friends' children, great. But that means you're going to have thumb cramps because you got to scroll through all the icky stuff too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I choose not to do much of it, but my husband and I, you know, true confessions, share a Facebook, and he's a truck driver, so he'll scroll through it and he'll be like, text me, hey, check out so-and-so's, it's really cute, or whatever. Otherwise, we just don't, you know, we just don't do it.
Well, I hope you'll like YouTube.
No, I love YouTube. I do. Because you're much more able to just pick and choose what you want, right? And I like that the subscription thing. Their algorithms haven't gotten to the degree where the others have, where they're like suggesting, because you like Be Well, you might like da-da-da. You know, that to me, you're kind of overstepping. I know, it's kind of like two pats and a slap, right? So you're trying to be pleasant, but you're not really trying to be pleasant. You're trying to fit your own agenda in there and wrap it in a cute little bow, right? So yeah, but I love YouTube. I watched Lee Harris as well. He's wonderful. And a couple other people. But
Very good.
yeah.
Well, Dana, be well. And I really appreciate the interview.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for asking me.
Yes.
I'm humbled and honored and just very, very, very appreciative. And I'm so appreciative that you're doing this.
Thank you.
It's much needed.
Thank you.
Yeah.